Hey guys, Littler for Life here with another deck profile for y'all. Y'all. Anyways, so this is one of my favorite decks, Crystal Beast. I've already done a TCG build of them like forever ago. Like you'll have to dig through my videos to find that thing. But this is one of my favorite archetypes out there, and I'm just so happy that they're getting more support. It just sucks that they're OCG exclusive. I swear OCG gets everything. I'm really tempted to do a rant about that, by the way. But anyways, going on with the deck profile, I don't want to waste too much time. I played 2 Rainbow Dragon. First of all, let me just say, I'm an archetype purist. Big time. Like, I will play as much of an archetype as possible. And I really do feel like that people just hate on Rainbow Dragon just simply to hate on him. Like, he's become the butt of jokes whenever it comes to, like, boss monsters and stuff. Kind of like how Ice Bearers, even though they're not as bad as people say, they they become the butt of people's jokes quite a bit, you know? And I feel like, especially with the new support, he's not terrible. I mean, you can still definitely play the deck without him and open up some spaces by dropping him and Cat and Turtle. But however, I still like playing him. It's just my personal preference. I'm a big time archetype purist. If you don't know what that means, I kind of explained it earlier. Anyway, so he actually has 2 effects. For those who don't know, you can send all other Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard, and he gains 1,000 attack for each card, and that's a permanent increase, so you can OTK. And his other effect is you can banish all Crystal Beasts in the graveyard to shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. And that effect is really powerful, and you, how should I put this? If you're playing Over the Rainbow, which is another card that they got in OCG, it's a quick play spell card, lets you summon as many Crystal Beast monsters with different names from your deck during the turn that you use either of Rainbow Dragon's effects. That card is really good in combination with this, because then you could summon out 4 more, use his effect again, send 4 more to the grave, and he gains another 4,000. Or if you use his field nuking effect, you can activate that and summon 5 Crystal Beasts from the deck and attack for game. I don't play it because of space reasons. If I were to drop anything, it'd be Promise for it, but that's another story. Okay, 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. He's a Stratos, just about literally. Whenever he's summoned in any way, doesn't matter how, you can place any Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard and put it up face up on your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell card with no effect. Really good card, and honestly, the main one that you want to try and open up with if possible. I play 3 Ember Mammoth. He's a 1700 beater, and he can protect your other Crystal Beasts. Nothing really much else to say about it. 3 Topaz Tiger. He's your Rust Rhino of the deck. Actually, I should say that Rust Rhino is the Topaz Tiger of TGs, because Topaz Tiger came first. He gains 400 attack whenever he attacks a monster. Kind of sucks he doesn't gain it whenever he attacks directly, but hey. Something I should mention is that if you guys don't know, all Crystal Beasts, whenever they're destroyed, while face up, they go to the back row instead of the graveyard, and it is optional, and that's kind of how the deck plays. Actually, it is how it plays. I play 3 Crystal Defender. His Pendulum effect is once per turn, if a Crystal Beast card, a Rainbow Dragon, or a Rainbow Dark Dragon you control would be destroyed, it is not. By a card effect. It's useful. Like, if your opponent tries to Regeki you, everything is saved. If your opponent like tries to Fissure something, which, let's face it, nobody plays Fissure, it protects them. But however, what you mainly use him for is his monster effect. During the damage calculation in either player's turn, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can tribute this card from your hand or your side of the field. The battling monster you control doubles its attack, so he's basically a Bujin Crane. The only thing is that he destroys the monster that doubled the attack afterwards. This both annoys me and also helps the deck out very, very much, because then they go to the back row and you can fill up more of your back row with Crystal Beasts. I play 2 Cobalt Eagle. I know a lot of people hate Eagle and they think he's terrible, but there's 3 things that make him good. He's level 4. He's a wind. He's a wing beast. And actually, 4th thing, he has a not that bad effect, but you almost never use it. Okay. He's a level 4 wing beast. That's wind. That's your main thing that makes them good. You can play with this. You can use Ice Beast Vine. You can go into Chidori. Heck, I'd actually recommend playing 2 Chidori. I forgot to put it in here. Anyway, so he is a good card. His monster effective, guys don't know. You can put any Crystal Beast you control. It doesn't matter if it's monster or spell, and put it on top of your deck. He lets you recycle your Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus that way. I just wish that it didn't put it on top of the deck. I wish it would add it to hand or something. Okay, other Pendulum dude. Crystal Vanguard. All Crystal Beast cards, Rainbow Dragon, and Rainbow Dark Dragon you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. This first Pendulum effect is just awesome for the deck. It makes it to where your opponent can't not bottomless. Makes it to where they can't deprison, compulse, 101. I think Castell targets. It protects your monsters, and it also helps with Rainbow Dragon, because one of the biggest problems with Rainbow Dragon is that he has no back row protection. The thing that I've always had a problem with, though, about that excuse of why Rainbow Dragon is bad, that he has like no back row protection, Judgment Dragon doesn't either. I'm just saying that, okay? Now then, his monster effect, you contribute this card, add basically anything. It lets you search out Rainbow Dragon, Rainbow Dark Dragon, any Crystal Beast monster, or any Crystal Spell or Trap card, except Crystal Counter or Violet Crystal from your deck to your hand. My only problem with that searching effect, even though it covers basically everything, is it can't search out the field spell. And you actually can't search out either of the field spells now that I think about it. The field spells, either one, regardless of which one you're playing, they're integral to the deck, and you do need them. And in fact, I should be playing at least one Terraforming in here, but I've never really had much of a problem getting it to hand. So, yeah. Next, I play 1 cat and 1 tortoise. Now, the thing about cat and tortoise is that they really are the worst Crystal Beast monsters in the deck, and they're required to play in order to play Rainbow Dragon. Which is why I'm upset that Guardian and Vanguard aren't Crystal Beast, but it's a theme, and I'm just like, oh, you can't use this for release better versions of Topaz and, well, any of them. Anyways, Tortoise, what he does is you can target a monster you control that attacked this turn, change it to defense position. That's actually not that bad if like you attack and your opponent drops a Gores and you're like, oh, I don't want to take any damage, so you do that. But that's about it. Cat punishes your opponent for stalling, basically, as it can attack your opponent directly, but it does half damage. Which helps if like your opponent has Marshmallow or Spirit Reaper or something stupid like that out on the field, or you just can't get over something. Next up is Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. I play 2 of her. I think it's a girl. Anyways, basically this card is one of your main ones, and you almost never want to draw it because it's one of your main beacon targets, and I'll tell you about beacon later. Basically, whenever this card is special summon, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your spell and trap card zone. Basically, it's a, you summon me, I summon everything else. It's really useful and definitely helps with the deck out. Like, seriously. 1 Crystal Promise. Basically, it lets you target any Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone and special summon it. I've kind of floated between 1 and 2, but I'm sticking with 1 right now. If you feel the deck needs it, I would recommend possibly replacing it with like a Terraforming or an Over the Rainbow if you're playing Rainbow Dragon. I've swapped between all of them, and I've never needed Terraforming, and I never got to use Over the Rainbow, so I stuck with Crystal Promise. Not much else to say about it. 2 Crystal Blessing. Basically, target up to 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard. Place those targets into your spell and trap card zone as continuous spell cards. Basically, lets you continue plussing off and recurs your field. Not much else to say about it. Rare value. Play 2 of these. That's what I play. If there are 2 or more Crystal Beast spell cards in your spell and trap card zone, your opponent chooses one of them and sends it to graveyard, and then you get to draw 2 cards. Draw power for the deck. It's one of the best cards. It's one of their best spell and trap cards. And honestly, I don't think they really have very many bad spell or trap cards. Okay, they don't have any bad spells, but they do have quite a few bad traps. Just saying. 2 Crystal Abundance. I flip between 2 and 3 of these. Basically, what this card does is you send 4 Crystal Beast cards in your Spell and Trap card zone to the graveyard, send all cards on the field to the graveyard, then special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard up to the number of cards your opponent controlled that were sent to the graveyard. So your opponent controlled 4 cards, you get summon 4 cards. Your opponent controlled 5, you can summon 5, 1, 1, likewise. Really good card, and it was one of the first 1-card OTK cards ever. And yeah. Crystal Beacon. If you control it, special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck, you must have 2 or more Crystal Beast cards in your Spell and Trap card zone to activate and resolve this effect. Really good card. My only real problem with it is that, like, if you activate it and your opponent chains MST and targets one of your Crystal Beasts in your back row and you only got 2, it doesn't resolve, and that's I played 2 Crystal Release. It's an equip card. Equip only to a Crystal Beast monster. It gains 800 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your Spell and Trap card zone as a continuous spell card. Really good card. Helps out the deck. Gives your weaker monsters more attack. Topaz Tiger becomes a 2800 attacker with this thing equipped to him. It's so awesome. Level 4 with 2800 attack. Woo! Next up, I play 3 of the field spell Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. It gains a certain number of effects depending on how many Crystal Beasts you have in your Spell and Trap card zone. You have 1, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. 2, once per turn you can have any damage that you would take. Battle damage, I mean. 3, whenever a Spell or Trap card is activated, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster you control to the graveyard and negate that activation. 4, once per turn during your main phase, you can draw 1 more card. 5, special summon any Crystal Beast monster from your back row that you want. Really good card. Honestly, I think they have another one. It's called Advanced Dark. It's really hard to decide which one is better, in my opinion, because they both help out the deck quite a bit. I personally prefer Rainbow Ruins for this build, but however, Advanced Dark is definitely a good option. It helps speed up the deck quite a bit. Basically, what Advanced Dark does is it makes everything dark, and anytime you take damage from a battle involving a Crystal Beast, doesn't matter how or when, you can send a Crystal Beast from your deck to the graveyard to reduce that damage to 0. Definitely speeds up the deck too. I used to play 2 of each of the field spells, and then I dropped Advanced Dark for the new pendulums and stuff. 3 Crystal Horde. Think Yangzing Creation plus Compulse. Okay, that's exactly what this card is. Anytime a face-up Crystal Beast you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can summon another Crystal Beast from your deck. You can only do that once per turn. And you can send this card from your Spell and Trap card zone to the graveyard to target 1 Crystal Beast you control and 1 face-up card on the field. Oh, any other card on the field, doesn't have to be face-up. Return them to the hand. The card effects cannot be activated in the same chain, so like you can't special summon and chain it. Which kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. Really useful card. Like, if you summon Pegasus off of it, and you get Pegasus's effect, and then your opponent tries to kill Pegasus, or they summon something like 101 or something like that, you can chain this thing to it, bounce Pegasus, bounce your other card on the field, and then you get to use Pegasus's effect again, which is pretty awesome. Now, you'll notice there's not many traps in the main deck. That's because this deck cannot play it. There's just not enough room. Even in non-Rainbow Dragon builds, there's still not enough room. And that's one of the main problems with the deck. Like, if the minimum card count for a deck ever increases to 50 or something, this deck will get honestly, in my opinion, a huge boost from it because they'll be able to play more traps. But, hey, that's just my opinion. Anyways. 1 Fortune Tune, 1 Cowboy, 1 Lavalval Chain. Lavalval Chain actually really helps out this deck because you can send a Crystal Beast from the deck to the graveyard, or you can stack it on top. And you can also stack like your pendulums on top of your deck. Really useful card. Mind Stroke, I love Mind Stroke. Excito Knight, you almost never get to use them because you tend to have more cards than your opponent. I'd actually play 2 Lightning Jidoris. I kept forgetting to update this. Sorry. Diamond Dyer, he is actually considered indirect support for this deck. Like, a lot of people wish that he was called Crystal Beast Diamond Dyer Wolf or something like that, because he does help out the deck. Almost everything in this deck is a beast, or wing beast. I don't think there's any Beast Warriors. But yeah, seriously though, he does help out the deck quite a bit. Kind of wish he did have Crystal Beast in the name. That'd be kind of cool. One Castell, one Ice Beast Zero Vine, one set. Whoops. That was an accident. I just clicked on the right thing. One 101. I do play 101. One Photon Poppy, one Ragnar Zero, one Carngorgon Anti-Luminescent Knight, and one Gem Knight Pearl. That is my deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I love this deck. I don't know really what else to say about it. Hope you enjoyed. I hope we don't have to wait that long for the OCG stuff, but considering we are still waiting for the OCG Heraldic Beast and the OCG, what was it called? Crap, I can't remember. What were they called? This is gonna bug. Oh, Chronomy. We're still waiting for the OCG Chronomy and Heraldic support. I am not holding my breath on when we're getting these. It could very well be 6 months. It could very well be a year. It could very well be 5 years. I would actually not be shocked at all if Konami did that to us. Anyways, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy. And please, if you're gonna hate on this deck, use constructive criticism, not just blah blah. Rainbow Dragon's bad. Blah blah. See you guys later. Ugh, cannot speak for the life of me.